Ah yes, Pokemon Black and White, a remarkable game in the series on the Nintendo DS. Pokemon White was actually my first Pokemon game ever, so it makes sense that it's my favorite. But I'm not here to info dump about the whole game, no. I'm here to talk about its gimmick alternative to battling, musicals. Musicals are the Gen 5 equivalent of contests and the Pokeathlon. It's presented in the game, manga, and anime as a sort of alternative to taking on the gym challenge for trainers. They take place in the musical theater found in Nimbasa City. You can enter a Pokemon in the show, where you'll dress them up in props and perform on stage with 3 NPC participants. Unlike previous competitions, there are no battle mechanics used in shows. Moves and skills are irrelevant. All you need is a Pokemon, props, and the ability to use the bottom screen of a DS. Or, an alternative. If you score high, you'll be rewarded with more props and fans, referred to as followers. Let's start with the shows themselves. To start, shows are the different musicals you can choose from to perform in. There are 4 different categories of shows: cool, cute, elegant, and unique/quirky. Each category is associated with a specific crowd. Cool shows attract men, cute shows attract girls, elegant shows attract women, and unique shows attract boys. In the base game, there are only 4 shows, or 1 for each category. Stardom is cool, Forest Stroll is cute, A Sweet Soiree is elegant, and Exciting Nimbasa is unique. There are 5 additional shows that were obtainable with various passwords used in the Pokemon Global Link. Carnival Pokemon is cute, and Carnival Ludicolo is unique, but the other 3 are pretty interesting. Both Charming Muna and Meloetta, literally spelled like that, have the potential to either be cute or elegant, and Pokemon Smash can be either unique or cool. Originally, I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to show these musicals as I wasn't able to find a solution on the literal decade-old forum. Oh my god, it's really been that long. But turns out I just needed to scroll down on one of the pages to find the right instructions left in the comments. DC Stardude and Danius88, you are my saviors. Now that we've covered the shows, let's talk about props. I feel like props are pretty self-explanatory. Props are clothes and accessories you use to dress up your Pokemon for a musical. There are 6 types of props to utilize. Props are made for the head, the ears, the face, the body, the arms, or the waist. During a performance, arm props can be used once each to wow the audience. Using a prop momentarily puts the spotlight on your Pokemon. Unfortunately, not all Pokemon can use all props due to anatomy. For example, Reuniclus can use any of the props, but Lightbird can't use the arm props. Now that we've covered the basics, let's get into the actual musicals. Like most Pokemon competitions, you'll be competing with 3 other trainers. These can be either friends or NPCs. Unfortunately, I was always stuck with NPCs, but let me know if you ever did these with friends. When choosing your props, you should try to pay attention to the musical's theme, as props also correlate with the 4 musical categories. While using props from a specific category helps, wearing too many of the same type of prop may lower your score. I usually try to throw in 1 or 2 random props when possible. Typically, towards the end of a show, each Pokemon will get a short solo where the spotlight focuses on them. If you time the use of your props right, you can interrupt another Pokemon solo, or extend your own. But be careful though, as the AI can also disrupt your solo. The Pokemon that jumps the highest in the photo afterwards is the winner. Oh, you didn't think we were done, did you? No. We're just getting started. After a performance, you and the other contestants will meet up in the same room as before, so the owner of the theater can cryptically give you your scores. There's actually quite a few things that go into determining a Pokemon's score, so I'll try to explain it as coherently as I can. If you want to skip over the statistics, which I don't blame you, go to this timestamp. Alright, the rest of you are stuck here with me being a nerd. To start, let's talk about the audience. In every show, there are a total of 200 audience members. 80 members match the show's category, 20 members of the opposite category, 40 members each for the other 2 categories, and 20 members randomly selected. Alright, now let me put this into perspective. Let's say, hypothetically, that you chose Stardom. Stardom is a cool show, so 80 audience members are guaranteed to be men. The opposite of cool is cute, so add 20 girls, as well as 40 each for elegant and quirky. Throw in 20 randomly selected from the available categories, and boom, there's your audience of 200. Okay, ready for the worst part of the video? This is how your score is calculated. I know, it looks like a mess, but it's really not all that terrible, so I'll try to go over it quickly. You'll notice that for each category, the props are divided and then multiplied by how many audience members match that same category. The prop division takes into account both how many props you used of that type, as well as how many of that type of prop were used overall. I'll be showing this in 3 different examples: a good and bad run of Stardom, and a run of Meloetta. Quick disclaimer, these results are purely hypothetical. There isn't a way for me to guarantee what categories the randomly selected audience members are from. For simplicity, I'll be splitting them evenly, adding 5 members to each category. We'll start with my very poor Stardom performance. Just by looking at the snapshot, you can tell that Patrat won, but we're going to compare our hypothetical score with Patrat's. Let's start with labeling and sorting the on-screen props. Then, we'll count how many props we had per category, and then plug those into the equation and simplify to get our score of roughly 40. Yeah, not really great. Because I only dressed my Reuniclus up with props of 2 categories, none of which even being cool, hello? I actually lost points to the other contestants. Now we can find the score of Patrat by just changing the variables. Patrat's total comes out to about 50. This isn't much higher than our score, but notice how many points they earned from just 1 prop in the right category. Now, let's look at another run I did of Stardom. Still used Reuniclus, but the props are vastly different, and I've got at least 1 prop in every category. Plugging the new ratios into the score formula gives us 78, which is much better. We can also compare this to the Oshawott score of 44, where they mostly only used props of 1 type, which also didn't match the category. Alright, now here's where it gets interesting. Let's talk about the Meloetta show. If you're able to patch the show into your save file, Meloetta is the best show to gain followers and props from. Here, just take a look at this snapshot. Pikachu and Oshawott are only holding 2 props each, and Torchic has a measly 1. I don't know why they programmed the AI like this, but it's kind of funny. Anyways, again, using the same formula, let's take a look first at Torchic's score. Torchic was only able to nab a 28 because of the prop, White Wings, being in the main category. Now, let's take a look at Reuniclus's props in this one. There's at least 1 from every category, which gives me 117 points? Oh my god, that's actually crazy. Nearly 6 times what Torchic scored. It really highlights how important the individual props you pick are. Alright, math time is over. Everyone else can come back now. The last thing I want to touch on in reference to the performance is the ratings given by the owner. It's not super important, so I'll just put up a list here of the comments you can get. Once you exit the performance, you'll notice that there are more NPCs hanging around in the lobby. They're your fans, typically referred to as followers. The amount of followers that you'll have in the lobby depends on your total score of all musicals you've done, and has a cap at 10 followers. Here's a chart on how many points you'd need to reach 10 followers. Yeah, that's a lot. Plus, Bulbapedia also says it would take between 120 and 135 performances to reach 12,000 points. And that's with optimal props and such. I probably managed to reach this as a kid since I was pretty obsessed with the musicals, hence this whole video being a thing, but man, that would take a while for me to do today. The main reason for wanting to gain followers is to earn more props. When you first enter the theater, you'll have 16 total props. After a performance, each follower in the lobby has a 50% chance of giving you a new prop. Not all props can be earned by followers though. There are a total of 9 other props to earn. The crown, winner's belt, and tiara are earned through doing musicals. The toy cake can be earned from the owner on the user's birthday specified in the DS settings. The electric guitar can be earned from battling Preston on Route 5. For the last 4 special props, you'll need to speak to a man in Opelucid City. He'll give you the big bag, fluffy beard, gift box, and scarlet hat. Obtaining all props in black or white allows you to upgrade your trainer card, which kinda means nothing, but in black 2 or white 2, you'll earn the Trendsetter medal. I've always enjoyed the various optional minigames in Pokemon, from the bug catching contest in Gen 2, to the musicals in Gen 5, to the bike races in the latest games. There's just something so nice about being able to take a break from the main story at nearly any time to just go be silly with your team. I'd love to see musicals make an appearance again whenever we're getting those remakes, hopefully to be announced sometime after Legend ZA is released. Thank you for watching my silly little video. I spent way longer on the math section than I originally planned, but this was fun to make. If you have any memories of participating in musicals, or you have a different Pokemon minigame you'd want me to cover, feel free to comment below. I hope to see you in the next video, but for now, I've got props to collect. Bye!